Let's go.
Yes, sir.
You are here and now with Brandon and Joe. I'm Joe.
And I'm Brandon.
Yes, sir.
So what's happening, boys?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing
Him
good,
too.
man.
Hell yeah.
Doing good. So yeah, we're at CJ's studio right now, which is fucking dope.
Yeah, this is
Dope as
solid
hell.
setup.
It's a pretty cool spot for sure.
All right, what do you guys want to talk about first?
Well, let's get into your background a little bit, man.
All right, yeah.
First off, where'd you grow up at?
St. Charles, Missouri.
St. Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
shit.
St. Charles. I was there till probably about 15, and then I like pretty much just moved out of my parents' house and just kind of lived all over the place. You know, I lived off the Rock Road, fucking all the way to South City, South County. Just
No shit.
Damn.
Did you grow up skateboarding at all?
Yeah, I tried my best. Yeah, to be honest, I credit card myself one time trying to like pressure ollie off this bar, and I never had it in me again. I couldn't do anything after that. I was like fucking
Scarred you.
bro.
PTSD.
Swear to
I
God.
did that on a heel flip once, and
Oh yeah, you never
you
been
know,
able to do
yeah.
heel flips
Bro,
again.
Yeah,
it
scarred
it
me, dude.
traumatized me, man. It was so
Shit sucks.
yeah, but nothing like that.
Not taking it serious. An injury will do it, man. I
You
broke
know-
my leg skating, and it was never the same since.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot different than being credit carded, but
Oh, it was so
they
bad.
both suck.
Every one of my limbs at this point skateboarding.
from skateboarding too.
Yeah, I broke an arm actually skateboarding, trying to drop in, just falling.
Shit.
Fucking, yeah, I was never really a good skateboarder.
What-
For
is it-
real.
I always ask that question because it seems like a common theme with like our guests. Like,
Yeah.
everyone grows up skateboarding. It seems
yeah.
like
it's
seems
like
that's
it's
where
like
everyone
the same
starts.
thing as like growing up watching like wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
true,
Yeah.
true.
everybody grew up.
That was
like-
us too. That was
Yeah.
us too,
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't know shit about it now. Honestly, I'm so out of the loop with it. But like as a
Yeah.
kid, yeah, it was.
Dude,
Dude,
I
it's
just
corny.
I went through I went through like a rabbit hole of watching like old WWF shit,
Oh, yeah.
WWE shit, like back in the Stone Cold days and the Big
There's nothing
Show
like
days.
it, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
shit
shit
was.
was-
That
sick.
back in the day, man, that you could like the girls in the crowd could show their titties. Like
Really?
I seen Triple H told this girl to lift up her shirt.
Yeah,
She
bro.
showed her-
them
Well,
So
dude, they were
boobs.
like, I don't even know if they drink beer. Like, you know, remember Stone Cold
Right,
was like
yeah.
smashing Bud Lights and shit, or Budweisers on fucking camera.
It was
How
I don't
they-
even think they do none of that stuff.
Shit, yeah, that was probably some real ass beer too. I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing Stone Cold, well, I don't know
Yeah.
Stone Cold, but if I did know
No
Stone
one
Cold, I feel like.
Yeah, that dude's got a dope ass podcast too.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause He
Oh,
talks
yeah.
about the old shit, you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Stone Cold. Yeah.
He says Steve.
Steve,
My boy
Steve,
Steve.
my boy Steve.
Man, he didn't tell me that.
Everybody kind of. I feel like so many people have like a podcast.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I know. I
It's
know.
dope, 'cause I
dude.
love
One I'm really hip on is Sugar Sean O'Malley's.
Oh, yeah,
dude. And
yeah.
you kind of remind me of that dude. A little
Everybody
You
bit.
sound
tell-
like
do
him,
they?
dude.
Everybody
You sound
tells
like
me
him.
that. Everybody
Yeah.
tells me that. I swear to God, bro. And then I've had like people tell me Max Holloway too, which is weird. I think it was when I
Okay,
was
yeah, I
The
can see that.
voice.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Now that you said that, I
Yeah.
hear
Well,
it.
your face too. I
yeah,
can see it.
exactly. Yeah, and like my baby pictures, like I look a lot more like his kids' baby pictures and my kids' baby pictures kind of actually look like. It's
No
weird as that.
shit.
Yeah,
No
yeah, it's
shit.
weird, but I had a bunch of people tell me that shit, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. He's a badass. I'll
Yeah.
take it. You know.
Yeah.
For
You ever
sure.
think about dyeing your hair any crazy colors like blue or purple, pink?
No. I thought about shaving my head and tattooing the whole thing though.
No shit.
Yeah,
That'd be
like
tight.
probably once a week.
That'd be tight.
Yeah,
But
but,
I-
dude, with the whole church thing, it's fit
Yeah,
with the line.
it's hard to like actually commit to
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Like my chick's even been like, yeah, do it if you want to do it, you know. But I'm like, oh God,
Yeah.
it's like 5 years of growing
Oh,
my hair. Yeah.
I grew my hair out for like 2 years. It was like down to here, and it was the hardest thing to do to cut it.
bro.
When
yeah.
I first cut it, I like cut it shorter. Like it was still long, but
Yeah.
I couldn't commit all the
it,
way.
it becomes like a part of you, you
Yeah.
know, like for real. Like I feel like like I'll like lose like energy if I cut
Yeah.
it, you know.
For sure.
Some biblical ass shit, you know.
Well, let's get into it, dude. When did you start personal training?
So I was it's probably like I've always been like taking people under my wing, like trying to like get them, you know, in the gym and like, you know, healthier lifestyle and all that shit, you know. But I guess it really picked up. I would always be like, you know, I'd be in like a fight camp training for a fight, and I'd have like homies around me that would like help with the situation. You know, like I had this dude Jack, he would like, you know, prep my food for me, you know what I'm saying? Like show up at my house 6 a.m. like I would be like, you know, eating, and then like we'd go train pretty much all day long, and he'd just like hold pads for me. And through that, he started doing workouts with me. Like I brought him into the gym that I was training at, like Arnold BJJ, and he had ended up losing like, over 200 pounds. So like it kind of popped a lot of shit off. I had a lot of people at that point like hit me up for training and shit, and I did it for years for like no charge. Like literally I didn't even think to charge anybody. I was like, I mean, like my mom and my dad, they've been doing this shit for like their whole life. Like my dad played for the Cleveland Browns. He was like a defensive back.
No
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
He
Played right before Jim Brown.
Holy shit.
And then my mom and my dad were also like, my mom danced her whole life. And then my mom and my dad, they were like a 1976 world champion Adagio ballet.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, like they performed from the Emperor of Japan and won and shit. So like,
Oh shit.
I got like pics from it and all that. Yeah, it's crazy.
I've seen like newspaper articles and shit. of
It's
this parent.
nuts.
Yeah, that's
they
insane.
were
That's
like,
tight.
they
That's
were like,
tight.
yeah, they were killing it, So like, it's kind of just always been around me. Like my mom, I remember being like 5 years old and my mom being like, "Oh, eat this," like giving me like flax oil and like all the like healthy as shit always, So like, it's just I've always been around it. Started playing football like 6 years old, so like that shit helped a lot of the fundamental to tie into like all the boxing and training and all that too, just learning all that stuff, but yeah.
So how old were you when you got into actual fighting, like combat sports?
Well, like, so, like, I always had a bag in my garage, and then, like, my brother would always beat the shit out of me. Like,
Is he
like,
your older brother?
Yeah, 4 years, and
4
like he
years.
wrestled all throughout high school and stuff. So he'd always just like slam me around and just like, And then like I remember the day that I was like, man, I'm gonna get his ass one day, And like my dad started like teaching me shit on the bag in the garage. He had boxed up in like Brooklyn and shit, And so like he'd like just teach me like fundamentals and like put me through bag workouts and shit. Never sparred, nothing like that, And then I started training at a gym called 12th and Park with Harold Petty. And yeah, he's a beast. He's worked with like Tyron Woodley, a bunch of different guys. Yeah. He's really knowledgeable for sure. But I started training there, and I was probably around 19, 20. And then shortly after that, my buddies opened this gym in Arnold, and started training with them. And then, like, yeah, the fighting just kind of started popping off, But I went from, like, a boxing background to, like, kickboxing. And, like, the translation was honestly pretty smooth. My coach was this guy, Joe Mueller. He was, like, a Muay Thai world champion and shit, so.
So, like, when your dad was training with you as a kid, did you loved it then? Like, you knew, like, this is what you wanted to do?
Yeah,
like,
it was all, I'd always loved punching. I fought a lot as a kid, and I just think, like, I was always getting beat up on my brother, so it was, like, my outlet was, like, all right, fight kids, like, your age, or, like, more towards your size, and, like, I was kind of a shithead, but,
So it started off as, like, kind of, like, just learning to defend yourself. And
Totally. Yeah, I was just, like, a wild kid, ADD, like would like take my medicine and like spit it out. I never wanted to take it, and like I was crazy as fuck, man. Apologies to all the teachers I had in my life, but man, I was bad. But yeah, just pretty much this craziness like led to all the, I guess the pre-training,
Do you think learning it like that young helps you? Like, did you want to fight kids more after that? Or because you knew how to fight, you're like, nah, I don't want to hurt anybody?
So, yeah, like the more I learned how to fight, the less I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And I think like, I think that's like with anybody really, it's once you start to really get that confidence, like, damn, like I can fucking hurt people like for real, like you got to like really have self-control, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit can fuck your life up,
Yeah, because when you don't have that discipline and you don't know how to fight, you kind of like in your head, you're like, I wonder how I do.
Right.
So you're like more willingly to fight a kid at a bar. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
It's the people that have like never been in a fight or like a physical adversary, that like that want to fight the most.
Yeah. And that's why you see like in street fights, people just look like they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, not at all. Yeah, not at all.
And I think it was a podcast. I think it was Sean O'Malley on No Jumper, and they were talking about like, isn't it weird like how people that have never fought, like most men think they could beat anybody's ass.
It's
like it's like everybody has thought that at one point, like, oh, I could beat that dude.
Yeah.
I could beat that dude.
Oh, always,
it's like
bro.
the most like, I don't know. It's weird how we all think that until
Well, it's always those people that never fought.
Yeah,
say
somebody
that
that's never
shit,
been
you know
punched
what
in
I'm
the
every
face.
time, bro. Like even if you've gone to a gym and you've sparred and been pushed in sparring, like you can learn enough from sparring to know that it's not as easy as it looks. It's like, and some of the easiest dudes I've ever sparred are like these big ass dudes that like would look like they could like punch a hole through somebody, you know, and like they just
That's how it was for me and him yesterday. I was telling you about that.
Yeah.
Like me and him sparred, and we don't know how to box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was literally our first time like sparring.
Yeah,
ever.
but
Okay.
after sparring, I'm like, fuck, like, cause
Yeah.
I was
We,
like,
we were filming it and shit. We were like
Yeah.
watching it back, like, damn, bro, we suck.
we look like this.
We look like those kids that have no idea what they're doing,
bro, it's all come out to
and
the
before
church.
before that, in my head, I'm like, oh, dude, I know I'm gonna look like Canelo out
Yeah.
there.
That's how I felt. That's how I even, because we were practicing like some self-defense shit. I'm like, you want me to come at you like I don't know how to fight, or like how I normally would do? And
Right.
he's just like,
I'm like, bro, they're one and the same.
what's the difference?
So
Because in my head, I'm
yeah.
Canelo. but,
Yeah, oh, for sure, bro.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
So going from like a kid, like punching the bag, learning all this stuff.
Yeah.
When did you get into like actual like? When was your first fight? Like in the ring or
20
octagon or whatever?
Probably about 21, maybe 22. Yeah. Yeah,
Damn.
it was kickboxing. That was the first
Really?
one. Yeah, some kickboxing.
How'd you feel going into that?
It was tight. Like I was stoked on it. I felt good about going into it. And then like I remember like I was good. Like I never really got nervous before fights, honestly. And I remember like that first fight, like getting called out and like walking out. And then I remember like locking eyes with my dad. And that's when I was like, shit, you know, I got real nervous. Cause like I've always just been very like I've always wanted to like make my dad proud. Everything I've ever done, you know? So like, yeah, that was kind of one of those moments, you know, it's like you play football or basketball or something like that. It's like you got a bunch of other people on the field that can like kind of distribute that
Yeah.
those emotions, you know. But with like fighting, it's just one-on-one. So it's
Yeah.
like if I lose, I lose.
It's
You
all
know
on
what I'm
you.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and like just it was nerve-wracking. But I think if anything, man, like those nerves make you fight hard. You know, like for sure. Without those nerves, I think it could be bad for a lot of people. You know.
And I'm sure, like, as soon as you get in that ring, all those nerves go away.
Yeah.
As soon as you hear that
it's-
bell.
Yeah.
That's the same with,
it's
like,
game
performing,
on,
too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, skating,
Yeah.
like all the going back to skateboarding, like like we used to compete, like doing like dirt
Little skate
little
competitions,
skate
yeah.
competitions.
Yeah.
You'd be super nervous, and then right when they call your name, it's like go time.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like just
Yeah.
hitting all
Just
the
tunnel
tricks
vision,
and-
man. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, it's wild. It's a wild experience, man. Like I think I don't know. I can't compare it to anything I've ever done. It's just so like in its own category, you know.
Now, is it a
Crazy.
big difference between like sparring and then actually being in the ring? Like, do you feel
Yeah.
like? Can you feel like?
yeah, it's so much different, bro. It's crazy. It's like man, like sparring. Even like the first time you spar, it's even then it's like its own experience, you know. But an actual fight, like, oh man, yeah, it's just different. You almost forget everything.
Yeah,
You know
that's what I
what
was
I'm
gonna
saying?
say.
Like
I could-
literally,
I could
bro,
see
it all goes
that.
out the window. You're battling so many nerves, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like you go into that first fight and the nerves are so high, the adrenaline's so high, like you're literally just caught in like a flex, like the whole first round, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole first round, you're just flexing as hard as you can. You don't even realize it, you know, you're just tight, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, and then the rest of the fight, at least my experience, is just like the most tiring thing ever, bro. You feel like you're like punching underwater, dude.
Oh,
It's
Like,
like-
are you even aware of like the round that it's at?
I have been, but there's definitely been times where you're so in the moment. You like, there's been times where I'm like, fuck, that round felt like forever, you know? And then there's times where it's like, damn, that was fast as fuck, you know? Like, was that even fucking a full round? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. Yeah, it's kind of different each time, but
Now, how is it like listening to the corner, like to your corner guy while you're fighting? Like, is it hard to like actually listen to what he's saying?
It is, but like for me, I like I said, I had ADD pretty bad. It's got its negatives and its positives. I've always been able to like kind of hone in, you know, have like this super focus on anything I'm really doing to the point where like, you know, I don't notice as much going around me. So like a little difficult for sure, but yeah. I mean, I had some pretty good coaches, so like anytime I'd heard anything, I'd just immediately do it. You know, like their knowledge is pretty high level.
Because I'm
so-
pretty sure they like obviously they could see things you
Yeah, from-
probably can't,
Exactly. Yeah,
right?
you can see a lot more from the outside than like being in there. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because
Totally.
when we were sparring, I'm like, I wish somebody could tell me like how the fuck to get to his stomach. You know?
yeah, I know. Yeah,
His fucking reach is too far. bro.
totally, dude. Yeah,
So, when you got started training,
yeah.
how did you find the spot that you're at?
So I started, like I said, I started outside. I was just training people outside. Literally, bro, we'd be outside just like running and doing all kinds of crazy shit. You know, I just put together some workouts, you know, outdoor shit. And then my homie had this garage, and he was like, "Yo, dude, like, we could throw some shit in here. We could like probably make it like it's decent size, you know." So I was like, "All right, yeah, tight, dude." So like we built that into like a little gym, and then my buddy had found this other dude that had like a way bigger spot, and was like, "Yo, like you know," he's like, we got to talking. He was cool with it and shit. So yeah, we just pretty much built this fat ass gym in this garage. I mean, it's like fully functional. Like,
Yeah, it looks legit.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, you have like all the kettlebells, all
Everything.
gloves,
Yeah.
everything.
everything. Like, there's not one thing you couldn't do in there that you know in any other gym. You know, like it's really functional for sure. But yeah, just pop that bitch off, and I've pretty much been there ever since. Like, I'm in the process of looking for a building right now. Got some good guys helping me out and finding a new spot. We're looking at a couple different places in the city. Gonna keep it like South City based. But we just looked at this spot like 2 days ago, and yeah, it's dope. It's dope. It's like a storefront and shit.
Yeah, it's exciting, dude.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
very
excited.
exciting.
Get into an actual building. Yeah.
Yeah, when you first started, how did you start getting people in? Was it just through like homies or was
It's so crazy, man. This shit happened. It's so fucking wild, bro. This happened so organically. Like, I literally didn't try to do anything. It all just happened. Like, I did not try to push this thing. I didn't try to like, you know, I didn't even like share to people that I was a trainer training people. You know, it was just like me trying to help homies. You know,
Yeah.
and through that, like the homies put me on basically, and it just popped off. Like I trained this dude Jordan Wolf. That dude lost like a fucking 100 pounds in 8 months, bro.
That's
Oh, I think you
insane.
posted about that, dude.
Yeah,
yeah. I seen that one.
Absolute hoss. Dude worked his fucking ass off. Did every single thing I told him to. Like, literally every single thing. 100 fucking pounds in 8 months. He did like 130 in a year.
God,
And I mean,
shit.
totally, like, didn't even look like the same dude. Boxing, like, so clean. You would have thought this dude boxed for years. Like, his shit looked fucking great, bro.
How do you train these guys? Like, are you focused more on like the cardio aspect of it?
Yeah,
or-
so I will say, like, I'm probably a lot more of a conditioning, cardio-based gym than anything. You know, I think conditioning wins fights.
Oh yeah.
You know,
for
there's
sure.
a lot of times where you've seen guys, like, even have, like, a higher skill level than somebody, but that conditioning level is better for them. So, like, they just, like, it's like putting somebody on a treadmill they can't keep up with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Eventually, you're just going to get ran off it.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're tough and durable, good conditioning, man, you can beat some pretty good dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, I think it can level out and balance with any type of skill level you don't have, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just hard work, you know? But at the same time, we just drill a lot of basic shit, like a lot of fundamentals that work, and just over and over and over and over, just like repetition.
And this was stuff that you learned from fighting, like you it was
Totally.
stuff you learned in like camp and all that.
Absolutely. Like, anything that I've taken in anything that I show them is like stuff that I know that works personally. Like, whenever I build like all my Dutch workouts, like, it's combinations that I'll try in sparring, you know what I'm saying? Like, before any of this even happens, you know, before I even build the workout, it's like stuff that I do in sparring that I put together. So it's like stuff that I know that works, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not the only one using these kind of stuff, you know, these high level guys are too, you know, like I follow a lot of different like boxers and like coaches and stuff, you know? So like, it's cool that we have like the internet nowadays for that reason. You can just see so much, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of, I mean, I'm learning every day just with Instagram, you know?
Oh fuck
Like,
yeah.
people just be educating out there. and
Now,
shit.
is it kind of like one size fits all type of thing, or do you got to
Totally.
like tailor it to every single
Totally.
individual person?
Yeah, so like usually depending on like, you know, if I have guys in fights, they may be like certain people those guys will go with only just because they need to be pushed to like the full extent, you know. But yeah, we make it work for anybody. Like, people that have never ever even done it in their life come in there and like, yeah, they're gonna get work, you know. Everybody's gonna get a good workout, you know. That's for sure. you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. I like how yours is like, it's physical, but it you could tell there's a lot of mental toughness that goes into it too.
It's more mental than anything.
Yeah, because
dude.
like everybody
Yeah.
that you train, like they tag you in it, and I see it on your story, and it's like,
Yeah.
I survived the church. you
Yeah,
know,
it
like-
is. It is very
and then
much.
you, and then you see all these dudes throwing up and shit.
Yeah,
like-
dude. It is, man. It's like you versus you in there, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and everybody, like, it's such a community, like such a strong community. Like, everybody that's in there is like really good people. Like, I wouldn't even accept somebody in there if they weren't like somebody who's like a good person, you know.
Yeah.
So like, everybody loves everybody, man. We all get along. It's like a big family and shit. And like anybody that comes in the church, they could know nobody. I mean, I meet people all the time that I've never met in my life, and like they're just accepted. Like it's like an immediate like,
Fuck yeah,
they're
dude.
included. You know what I'm saying? Like you're never gonna feel like they're your like competition or anything. It's just such like a good atmosphere in there for sure.
Yeah, I like that because they even go to the fights. Like
Yeah.
they even support
Yeah,
your fighters
everybody.
100%.
Everybody, bro, we show up like deep,
Yeah.
you know, like 50 plus people like every time. Yeah,
yeah, that's important to build like a community like that.
Totally, man.
For sure.
it's everything, dude.
Yeah, it's super sick.
It really is, man. There's a lot of sweat tithe in there for sure.
Yeah.
No
How'd you
doubt.
come up with the name?
Oh shit, bro. Oh my god, bro. I don't know, man. There's probably two different versions. I don't know. I barely remember that night, to be honest. But
Some drunk night.
it was, yeah, man. I eat my veggies most days, but every once in a while I like to party a little bit, you know. I like to have fun, you know. It's all good, but dude, we were just partying, and like,
Come on, man.
Yeah, I got it.
Story
We were
now.
just partying, bro. And like, oh, dude, like, all my homies just, they literally just like lifted me up above their heads, dude. On my life, bro. I swear to fucking God, bro. Lifting me above their heads, bro. Like 10 of my homies just, I'm literally like fucking 7 feet in the air, dude. And everybody just started chanting Church of Jamey. I swear to God, because there was like all 10.
Bro, you cannot cut your hair, dude.
No, I know.
Yeah, 'cause you got that Jesus
You're on-
vibe,
you're on
bro.
Jesus
It makes
status.
sense
Bro,
now.
no.
It makes
And
sense.
like, bro, like legit, bro. Like, all 10 homies were pretty much dudes who I had helped lose weight and shit. And they were like, whoa. You know? And they're like Church of Jamey. And then like, it was just like, is that what we're gonna name this thing? You know, because like by this time I had like 10 homies and I was training. They were all there, you know. And then
Dude,
like
that's
we were
awesome.
like, all right, yeah, fuck it, Church of Jamey. Like this shit's so unorthodox. And like it's to this day, bro, people like, yeah, like, oh, you train people and shit. I'm like, yeah. Like, so what's your name? Like, oh, you really had to ask me this one. I'm like, fuck, Church of Jamey. They're like,
What the fuck are you
you're
doing?
Jamey, right? I'm like, I didn't come up with the name. I don't know, but it's real. It's
You guys
real.
might have a cult. That's what's going on.
Bro, yeah, we are not a cult. Dude, there's so much like low key talk people back. Man, they're like a cult and shit. Oh, dude.
The fucking just badasses, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like as much of a cult as like, you know.
Not a gang.
It's not a gang.
We're
It's
not a
all right.
gang.
Yeah, it's okay to be a cult.
We're
We're just not a gang.
We're not a gang. Yeah, we might be a cult. I don't know. I'm still figuring that out. I guess. You know, still new to this thing. You know, so, but
That's hilarious.
yeah.
But again, though, like I think you guys branded yourself.
Yeah.
Like you probably did it on accident.
Yeah.
It was a complete accident, bro. Like I literally was, this whole thing just unraveled in front of me. I'm like, what? I was always so stoned, bro. I like never noticed, you know. like literally, like I'm a open advocate of marijuana, you know. Like I think it's a great thing, you know, and I think it can be used in a completely healthy, beneficial way, you know. So like just like anything, man, I think if you abuse it, it could be anything, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you could abuse you could work out too much
Oh,
and
yeah.
you fuck your body up, you know.
Big time.
So like you have to have control of everything you do, you know. And yeah, that's just kind of like my outlook on it, you know.
Is weed something you implement in the gym?
Yeah, I'd say
I
So-
love working out like that.
it's kind of funny. Half of the people I train are like the biggest stoners you ever meet in your life. Like most of them work in the medical industry, like legal weed industry. And then the other half can't do anything because they've all fucking died 2 times from heroin. So I
shit.
trained a shitload of AA guys. Love y'all. You're all doing good now. But no, like, yeah, swear to God, bro. Like I trained so many AA dudes. Like I got this big group of AA, best dudes ever. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of those guys have been through some shit, man. And so it's cool to see that like bond though, you know, like, you know, there's no like nobody's pushed in any weird, awkward way of like, you know, like everybody respects the sobriety and like, you know, like all the shit they've gone through because all them dudes have gone through some shit, bro. Like all my homies that are like were in AA and shit, man. I mean, their stories are like, what like, you
sure,
survived that. Like, you should be dead. You know, like it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And now they're killing it. They're all clean,
That's dope.
sober.
I love a comeback story like
Bro,
that. It's so
I got so many of those stories in the gym, bro. It's nuts, dude. I trained so many dudes that were like on the verge of death. You know,
no
like,
shit.
literally multiple people. Yeah,
The savior's here.
Right here in St. Louis, yo.
It's so funny. Like he doesn't even know. Like he doesn't even know it's a cult, but it's
Dude,
that.
dude, I have.
He's
no-
like, I just show up every day.
bro, like I swear, bro. Yeah, I'm like, it's crazy.
He's like, I'm stoned half the time.
Bro, yeah, like legit. I'm so out of the loop with a lot of just the shit going around me, but like at the same time, like focused in.
Yeah, you
I don't
focus
even
on
know
the
if,
important shit.
you know, that probably don't even make that much sense, but you know. But yeah, you know, I'm in but I'm out, you know what I'm saying? It's like Dory, you know, like her intention's great, you know, in Finding Nemo, but bitch, you know, she forget everything.
That's
You
me.
know,
That's me.
yeah, I'm gonna get you there. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Speaking of sparring, have you ever had one of your guys like accidentally get knocked out sparring?
no, dude, surprisingly, which is great, man. I love that. I love what he's laughing about.
For insurance purposes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, insurance purposes, man.
Not their safety.
Yeah, dude. Man. Yeah, no, dude, it's crazy. Actually not. Yeah, and like I mean, we have some real big guys in there. We have some real small guys in there. Some days we only got small guys and big guys, so they got to spar each other, you know. So it's like, you know,
Do they go full force? Like, is it like
nah.
full
So
on?
like, yeah, like everybody's pretty controlled, and I won't even let somebody spar unless they're at a certain level. So like, yeah, I keep it even when it's the big guys with the small guys. The big guys are a little bit more, you know, under control with like going with the smaller person, you know.
Yeah.
It's just getting work in at the end of the day, you know, like, but yeah, sometimes it doesn't, the sizes don't match up, you know, as much, you know, like I only got I probably got like 6 or 8 people in there sparring now. They're all getting better, you know.
Now, are they all training to be fighters? Like, or is it
A lot of them are, yeah. A lot of them are. It's probably half and half. Like the first half would say like people that want to fight and like actually try to do something with it, you know, like make a name for themselves. And then the other half are just like people that are just like, you know, it's like how they get the stress out, you know?
yeah.
And like they just want to like, you know, know how to defend themselves and shit, you know.
What do you think is a good like how old is too old to start? Like if you want to compete.
It's just, I'd say it's probably a little different for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like if you were maybe like a little bit slower in the learning process, you know, 30. But if you're one of those people that
Like starting at 30?
yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Really?
like, dude, there's multiple people that train under 5 years and are competing at the highest level right now.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, Ngannou.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
Francis,
saying?
But
Like,
that dude
he's-
has a crazy fucking story.
His
story is insane.
That's what I'm saying, you know, so it's different for everybody. I mean, there's guys that 15 years, you know, to get to a certain level, and there's guys that hit it at 5, you know.
But I also
So
feel like heavyweight could get away with that more because
Just
it's,
raw power.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
natural power. Like
Less-
you don't even
yeah.
have to be in shape.
Less
to be
technical
a heavyweight,
skill,
really.
right?
no.
Just knock like Derek Lewis. You know,
Derek-
like just knocking people
Heavy.
out.
Who y'all think's gonna win that Cyril Ngannou?
Yeah.
Dude,
Frank-
I don't know. Dude, they're both big ass athletic dudes.
Bro, it's hard to see Ngannou getting in on Cyril Ngannou.
Yeah.
His range was insane.
Yeah.
He's so light on his feet.
Dude, I know Derek Lewis is more like a knockout artist, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not really made to be like, but that dude made him look like nothing.
Stupid.
You know?
No.
I don't know if
No.
Derek Lewis hit him one time.
Yeah.
No.
Like, dude, it was man, and I was rooting for Derek Lewis, bro.
Yeah.
I fucking love Derek
Yeah,
Lewis,
he's
you know,
hilarious.
in his homebtown and shit, you
Yeah.
know, like, man.
But shit, he knocked out Francis.
Yeah.
yeah,
he
he
did.
beat Francis.
beat
Yeah,
Francis,
he
yeah.
beat Francis. Yeah, so like it's kind of a styles make fights at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
I think Cyril Gane beats Ngannou, man.
Yeah,
I'll say that now.
I can see it.
I'll say that now. I think he's gonna range him, And I think eventually Ngannou's not a round-to-round fighter.
That's why I haven't seen much of the other guy, but just from watching that Derek Lewis fight, I could tell he's just a big athletic dude.
And
whereas Ngannou, he's tough as fuck, but you don't really see him like go too long.
No, he doesn't like conserve energy as much. He's not as efficient, you know.
Yeah.
And when you hit that hard, you don't even gotta throw as hard as you can. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hit that hard, but no, every punch that dude throws, he throws with his whole life. Every single punch, dude. Like, that man is trying to kill you with every shot he throws, And, that tends to take a little more out of you, though, for sure. And, like, if you're missing punches, I mean, that's the most energy draining thing ever is, like, throw a hard shot and miss. Whew, man. That shit will tire you the fuck out.
What do you think about, like, the boxing shit that's going on now, like Tyron versus Jake? Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did. And man, I hate to say it, but I was pretty stoked. I remember like sitting there watching, like fucking pumped. I'm like, yeah, dude. So I can't say Jake Paul's doing anything bad, I mean, I still, about the fight, I still think that there was just a lot Tyron didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a simple fight for him. Like, I was watching that fight, and Jake Paul kept crossing his legs. Super basic fundamentals that you shouldn't be doing, and he's just doing them over and over. Tyron Woodley's, like, circling him out the whole entire time. He could have set so many traps, dude. Like, he didn't throw any hooks, barely any hooks. I'm like, dude, you had him in the corner so many times. This dude's moving left and right on you. All lateral movement. Not even throwing hooks. He'd throw a 1 or a 2, and dude would step off, and, like, just basic shit, man. I just thought Tyron was really gonna go after him, And but I mean, dude, it definitely makes for entertainment. There's no doubt about that. I've watched every fight they've had so far, so and
they're doing something right. Sure.
Yeah, I've been watching, combat sports for a minute and fucking over 10 years, 15 years, so like I'm not like new to this shit, but that shit, I mean, it's entertaining. Like you kind of want to see him lose, like that's kind of the whole thing, it's like and they keep fucking winning, like Jake Paul definitely won that fight.
You had him winning every round, like as much as he did.
Oh yeah, like when the fight was over, I already knew. I was like, yeah,
that's
he
the
won
first
that
thing
fight.
I said too.
Yeah. I had no doubt, and like I wanted Tyron Woodley to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially repping St. Louis and shit, bro. Like, like man, like no, but no. Didn't go that way, man. But,
yeah, crazy story. We mentioned it on the podcast before, but coming back from LA, I ate 100 milligrams of edibles, and I was high as shit.
Yeah.
And I see Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Joe, that's Tyron Woodley. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
you're
like,
fucking high. You're fucking with me. I'm like, all right. So we get on the plane. I'm in my head. I'm like, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to talk to Tyron. Like, we're doing this podcast thing.
Oh, fuck
I'm gonna try to get him on the podcast. That's what I'm gonna do. And he's thinking like, all right, I gotta find a seat. I gotta find a seat for me and him.
Yeah. So like the whole flight was booked. We get all the way to the back, and they're like, "Oh, turn around. There's seats up front." So we turn around, and I see Tyron. I'm like, holy shit, dude, it is him. It is him. I'm like, bro, sit next to him. Sit next to him.
Yeah.
So I got to sit next to him.
Yeah, it was actually him, and he gave us weed too.
Yeah, he gave us 7 grams of carts, like weed carts from LA.
Yeah.
He's fucking dope, dude. He's fucking dope.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't even know
told
he
us.
smoked like that.
Yeah, dude smokes like crazy.
No, he smoked. He had a whole ounce on him.
Yeah.
And I don't even think you could. So I guess from when you fly from LAX, you can bring weed wherever you're going if you have a medical card in that state. I think that's the only airport you could do that out of.
Damn.
He had a whole fucking ounce. And when
he pulled it out in the middle of baggage claim, and it was loud, like smell. Dude, I was like,
I'm looking around. Like,
Tyron Woodley's fucking doing this right now. And he came over like a bunch of cartridges and like put it in our bag. I put them on my shelf. I didn't even smoke them. I got them sitting on my shelf right now.
Damn.
It was pretty dope. That was
tight.
sick.
But he went to school with my cousin.
Okay.
My cousin knows him. He went to school out in Ferguson.
Okay, yeah.
So they grew up together. Like they knew each other. So yeah, we were fucking rooting for him too. Like we were like, hype, dude. Anytime he hit him and he like knocked him to the ropes, dude.
Yeah.
I got a video of us like
Bro,
jumping.
I
up
was
and
We
down.
went crazy. We went crazy.
I was going crazy.
I thought that was it. I thought that was it.
He should have threw a lead uppercut, man. He had that fucking
Just like his last like UFC fights, man. He was
know,
kind of
bro.
just hesitant.
Yeah.
You know?
super hesitant, bro. Super hesitant, super stagnant. Like, just he needs to go in and bully people, man. He's a fucking big, powerful dude.
Yeah.
He's out here trying to counter and shit. Like, yeah. Yeah, short man should never try to count it. You know what I'm saying?
Have you trained with anybody like that's in the UFC? Or?
Yeah, actually, yeah. So Luis Pena, Violent Bob Ross.
Oh, yeah.
I seen that dude, and it was in St. Charles before he was in the UFC.
Yep.
He flying kneed some dude and knocked him out.
Yeah, that was at the arena or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was a family arena.
Yeah, so
Family
like
arena.
I actually trained with him for that fight.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, so like we trained together at Arnold BJJ, and like we were the same weight class. So like we'd get each other ready for fights and shit, you know. Like he used to corner me for my fights and shit, and yeah, I'd help him get ready with his fights and shit, and then he ended up going to the Ultimate Fighter and shit.
Yeah,
No shit.
And he killed it, and then like he moved to California. It was with Daniel Cormier, aka he like was one of Khabib's main training partners for Conor. For the Conor
no
fight.
shit.
Yeah.
Is it crazy to see like someone you trained with?
It's sick, bro. It's sick. And I always told him, bro, I was like, yeah, man, like fucking you're gonna do something with this, you know, like you'll go to the UFC and shit, you know, like I always told him. And yeah, we were actually talking about the other day. He was telling me, he was like, bro, you always told me that shit was gonna happen. I was like, yeah.
That's fucking dope.
It's tight. And then my homie Sean Woodson, you know, like he's a super cool dude. Trains out at Wolves Den. Yeah, he's making some noise in the UFC. He's actually fighting, I think this next weekend.
Wolves Den, that's out in Lake St. Louis, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Aaron Farr trains out there.
Yeah, dude, I know Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, we used to skate with him.
Totally, man. Yeah. Aaron's cool.
Yeah, he's a little badass, man.
Yeah, he is. He's a nice guy. Lost a shitload of weight and shit.
I know.
Yeah.
We used to see him street fight. He would get into fights all the time back in the skate days.
Yeah.
Kind of get like picked on a little bit. And
Yeah.
now he's
Now
the last
he's a-
person you want to
yeah,
pick on.
Yeah, they
man.
ain't
we're
picking
not
on him
fucking-
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Was that ever in your plans? Like, did you ever see yourself going anywhere like the UFC or?
Yeah, like it was like my coach at the time, like my head coach, he would always try to get me to do jiu-jitsu, you know? And he was always like, yo, like you'll be better at jiu-jitsu than striking. Like I know you love striking. And I was like, no, you just want me to do jiu-jitsu, you know? But I just loved striking, bro. I was obsessed with striking. It was always I always saw myself professional boxing. Like that's always what I was like, you know. I was obsessed with the boxing. It's what got me even into, you know, being interested in doing kickboxing. I was like, well, if I can punch people, I'll do it, you know. You know, so like yeah, but like MMA yeah, it was never really, I guess my focus was never really MMA, but I was never like really against it. And like I would MMA spar, we'd grapple box. So like I'd grapple box with Luis for his fights, and then like this other dude, Colton Cole, who fought in Strike Force. He trained with like Robbie Lawler back in the day and shit.
No shit.
Real good. Yeah, real good pro. Bunch of different guys, you know. And like, so like, yeah, I'd be doing like MMA rounds and shit, you know. And like, I did really well in all my MMA sparring and shit. So it wasn't like I couldn't, you know, transition into like the MMA. But I just always wanted to box and kickbox, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the striking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your record like?
3-0.
3-0?
3-0, yeah.
Fuck
so yeah.
It's fucking dope.
4, is it 4? Did I do 3? You were probably at all of them. I don't know, 3 or 4. No, at least.
Is that professional?
No. Yeah, no. I've never lost a round. I actually broke 2 ribs in a fight and still won both rounds with the broken ribs.
Got kicked or something?
It was a knee. It was a knee. Yeah, and it's all AMI. It's all AMI. Like you know, I would like to. You know, I've sparred with a lot of pros. You know, and it's safe to say I'm definitely on a professional level. I've just never made that jump yet. You know, I just started doing all this training shit.
Oh yeah.
And COVID happened and shit. There's just a big delay on all the time that I wanted to fight, and it just didn't match up right. But yeah, now that I'm in my own spot, I got guys coming up that are actually getting better. I'm able to get working with these guys. So like, yeah, I'm putting myself in a position where I'm gonna be able to just kind of like 2 months, like I was telling you guys before, like I'm just gonna like not train anybody for a fight and just kind of focus on myself, get myself ready.
Oh shit.
And yeah, I'll probably honestly reach out to some of the old training homies too. Get some working with
so you're
those
definitely
guys.
thinking about getting another fight in?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm super healthy. I mean, I haven't fought in a few years, but like yeah, I mean, I'm the best I have ever been by far. Yeah, I spar like all types of dudes, all types of sizes. I've never been this level by far.
Yeah, I see the shit you post on your story. Like your striking just looks on point.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's always been natural. Like honestly, like I've never, even before I even like really started fighting, it was always like, yeah, like I felt, you know, everybody would always be like, damn, like how long you been boxing? I'm like, I'm just like hitting bags and shit. And they're like, really? Like you look like you've been fighting for a while, you know? So like the mechanics and the fundamentals were just like always there, you know. I think my dad helped like teaching me shit as a kid, you know, but I feel like I've just kind of always known how to throw a punch, you know.
Yeah,
just came so
that
natural.
definitely helps learning that young, especially.
Yeah, totally.
And having a badass dad.
Yeah. Shout out. For sure. The Don. Yeah, he's my dude, man. He's my dude. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into some music shit.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Let's get into the next
I
endeavor.
know CJ wants that.
Yeah, if anybody's been wondering why he's been sitting here with the mask on.
Just getting high as shit over
a
here.
real human. Let's get. Hey, let's smoke. All right, I'm gonna pull a beer out now that we ain't talking about health.
Yeah.
Saturday, y'all.
So where do we begin on it? Let's talk about it. So did you guys do music separately? Like you did it and then you did it and then you guys came together? Or was it a thing where you guys started this together pretty much?
Oh, answer me. All right. Yeah, dude. So like, he probably actually we played music like in multiple bands growing up, like heavy ass death metal shit, and we played like a bunch of shows together. So we've been like writing music together and like performing together for a while. He played drums, I did vocals. So like it was in all the bands we've ever been in. We always had like shit fuck up with like other members, but we always like kept it 100 like the whole entire time, you know. It was all, we had like a good understanding, a good chemistry, like as far as like music making goes.
Yeah.
And then the rap shit, he started fucking making beats and shit behind my back.
Behind your back.
So I always like record, like, cause I played a lot of metal. I played drums for like 15 years solid, and then I like made a joke to a buddy about how I could like do vocals in his band after they asked me to be the drummer. Well, then their vocalist like blew his vocal cords out, and so like all in all, I ended up transitioning into like doing vocals and stuff like that, which was like different for me. And for demos and stuff, naturally, I like got a mic. I got like the whole setup over there, you know, to be able to record myself. You guys good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. I got like the setup over there to record myself, and then like a buddy in the St. Louis area was like, "Hey man, like I want to rap stuff, and I know you record like your demo vocals and stuff." He's like, "Will you record some rap for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, so I started doing his stuff, and then he needed somebody to produce for him, and I was like, well, "I don't know anybody that produces. I don't know anybody that's gonna like do this for you, because you don't really have many connections either. I have nothing to really show for." So I was like, I guess I'll learn how to make a beat. Like, I don't know. I was a drummer, you know, I was a solid drummer. It was like something that came natural to me. I didn't have to try very hard to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So like the timing was all there. Like the idea of beats were already there. So I just started using like the DAW to like make beats, and I learned it, and I pulled from like YouTube videos, or like if I wanted to know something, I just look it up on the internet, and like then I like made a beat, and like it's funny, I could pull it up right now. There's a track where initially when we first started thinking like, oh, like we're rap, like it was like a kind of like a funny thing, you know, like it was like, oh, let's rap, you know, like why not? It was during a time when everybody was rapping. Like Lil Peep was blowing up, he was still alive, bless him. X was still alive, bless him, you know, like all these like really creative rappers are all blowing up, and everybody's making tons of money off of it, and you're just like, well, like we should do that. He didn't know how to rap, and I didn't know how to rap. I knew how to go like like in a mic, you know, that's all I knew. And so it was like he started like screaming, because he used to do vocals back in the day when we were in a band. Like I was the drummer and he was the vocalist, and then like he did vocals, so like he just started trying to scream into the mic over these rap songs. And like I don't think we ever released a song where you actually screamed, did we? Civil. So there's one song where he like screams on it, but like originally that's all it was. And then like he started just like thinking like, what if I just like really tried to rap? And then it turns out like he was really good at it.
So rapping came natural.
Probably more like almost as natural as everything else that he does that he's really good at, you know. Like he was just like, he was like, well, fuck it, you know, like I'm start rapping. And like so like we started just like working on this album that like we didn't even know what we were fucking doing. Like I know how like working on an album work, like how it feels like. None of it felt like this.
No,
It's always just felt too easy.
It was for both of us.
Wait, like this hip hop shit.
Yeah,
it
like,
felt too
we would
easy.
write beats,
Yeah.
Dude.
Everything that we do, we don't really like. I wouldn't even say necessarily try.
No, it is.
I'm not like over here trying to make my shit sound like it came from like a studio.
Like most of these songs, bro, were literally us like,
fuck it, let's do it, you know, like.
And he would just write a beat, and we track it that night.
So and
it would be just a whole song, beat, vocals, like writing the lyrics, fucking tracking it. We do it all in like a night.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just
no
like,
shit.
And we got in the habit. We were banging 1, 2, 3 songs at a week, bro. Like we're just boom, boom, boom. We're just running through shit.
So like we wake up
No
one day
shit.
and we have like an album worth of songs and we haven't even put a single one of them out.
Now, was this like freestyling or was it like sitting
all,
writing?
All
and...
studio work for me. Like
written,
I just like sit down and we're like, all right, like write your part. I'll write my part.
Do you guys like punch in or do you guys like one take? Take it.
Depends. It depends. Like usually whatever sounds better. So like if we if we go through share mics a little bit. I got you. Yeah. So if we go through like a whole song and we can one take it like and it sounds like we're not like gasping for air some shit. Like I said, we're still new to this shit. We're picking it up. Like any song I've ever done now I can do like effortlessly. But like we would pretty much write the shit and then try to track it that night. So some of it would be like real long. Like I'd write verses. I didn't know what I was doing at first, So I'd write like a super long verse, not realizing like, damn, one taking this shit like fucking had me on like a goddamn oxygen.
You gotta train just to get the verse done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You kind of had that problem too.
Dude, I'd be
you
like
would always
fucking,
rap
like-
too far, like too long.
I'd be like,
He's like I'll send him like 2 minutes of a beat and he'll write to all of it and I was like, listen, like
What about me? What about me?
No, and so like he's like the kind of guy who he could go one take everything really well and like he could do that whole like just one take through everything. It sounds really good.
Well, yeah, he's Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, for me, no, preferably not. I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
I'll say that until the end of time. Like I'm not a rapper. Like I might do this like as a fun project, but like I'm not a rapper. That's not like what I want to do. I like producing everything that we do. And like there was a point before we even released the project that I asked him if I could just produce him. Cause like in every song, like there's like the coma tag and that's like my producer tag. And like I do produce like multiple artists and stuff like that outside of our stuff.
Oh hell yeah.
But like I was like, hey man, do you want to like maybe like not have me on this? Cause I'm really not a rapper. Like we do have like the salt and pepper thing going, which is cool. I think that like it adds an interesting dynamic to the music, but he told me no, like he wouldn't let me back on it. he kept going like, nah, dude, we're doing this together. Like you're gonna rap on it too. And I was like, all right, dude. Like,
so you prefer not doing vocals, like if you could?
Oh, I was totally fine. I was like, I backseat producer. Like, I'll be there with you through every bit of it, but like, I won't rap on it. And he was just like, nah, I'm good. Like, you're gonna rap on this. Like, that's it. And I was like,
it's
okay.
important to have someone like this because a lot of times, like there'll be a guy that wants to take like the shine, So it's always nice when you get the backbone that doesn't necessarily want that to be the center. You like that.
Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, like he said, like we grew up together as kids, and like when we used to go to like parties and be shitheads, like at some points, like I feel like everybody always gravitated towards like what we were trying to do and like the fun we were trying to have, and like like you can see it in the church, and you can see it like in some of the music stuff we do, mainly because people just like to really support him, and like. It's one of those things. It's like that magnetic energy. Like people just are attracted to like the shit that he does, and so he does this. So people that like support the church all love this types of stuff, And like we went into this with zero expectation. If anybody ever heard it or if nobody ever heard it, we didn't care. We were just doing it because like we wanted to
do it.
Yeah. We have tons of rappers that we look up to that do it, and like why not do the same thing as like in that same vein of what they're doing, like. If you can do it and you like it a lot, then do it.
Yeah.
It got to one point where I was like, bro, it got to one point where I was just like, kind of like, all right, like, fuck this, let's just drop this shit, bro. Like, I was like, I don't even care anymore, you know, because we'd be real hard on ourselves about this shit.
Dude. Yeah, I know that.
We're like, damn, like, we've made metal our whole life, so we ain't trying to, like, be these, like, proclaimed, like, hood, hard life type dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, we just, like, want to make dark ass rap, bro. And,
talk about murder.
yeah. We want to talk about some fucked up shit, you know, like. It's just it's fun, man. I don't know, just to get like real grimy and shit.
That's what I always loved about music, was like it was like a creative outlet for me, you know. Yeah. And then the parts where I started to hate it and like hated like me doing it was when I started comparing myself. Like, man, it doesn't sound as good as that dude's, or I would even listen to an artist and start to like catch myself kind of like trying to emulate that was a sick flow. Let me try
100%,
you know?
bro.
And that's when it never felt natural when I did that. But when I was like doing it to like express myself is when I had it the most fun with it.
Yeah, and then it came out unique. And
so, like all of our best songs came out like that.
So like some of the coolest paintings in the world are like, you know, like them abstract paintings. They're not something that somebody made a painting of. It was just like they made it as to be interpreted as what it is.
Right.
So like with the music stuff, like I do talk about a lot of really fucked up shit. Intentionally, you know, like I totally intentionally trying to cross like every bound I can to like really get the idea of like, you know, murderous city. Like St. Louis is a really bad place, so really like all I do is write about the place that I've lived in my whole life. You know, I mean, everybody here could relate. Like this is not, you know, it's a scary place at times, like if you really look at the whole gist of things. So like I like, just because I don't experience everything that I talk about in music or something like that doesn't mean that it wasn't an idea that I had.
Right.
Or like my interpretation of something that I've seen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
well, even Johnny Cash, he talked about shooting someone down. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the art. It's a part of the art.
Yeah, he talks about all kinds of crazy stuff in the music, and like I don't think it's ever meant to be like taken literally, but it's definitely meant to like absorb you and like bring you into this world where this is
it's a vibe. Yeah.
Well, it brings you into your mind because everybody has like dark thoughts. You know, everybody thinks some fucked up shit. Even if we don't act on it, everybody thinks about it. You know.
Yeah. So I've always really loved like rap and like hip hop and stuff. So like the idea behind this whole thing was like, how dark can you get? How weird can you get until it's almost not even like what it is anymore? You know, like we try to like be very outside of the box in a way. On like just some of the ideas that we have with like certain songs and stuff like that. It's just fun, man.
Did you develop your style kind of based from like the band? Like, did you kind of transition it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
We took metal and we just started making it rap.
Yeah, like everything that he's written, we probably would have already had written, but like just in like a heavy band, you know. All the beats and shit, like, bro, this is essentially just like breakdowns, dude. You know, and like we're always trying to like make shit creepy and dark. So like the translation from like heavy like death metal, like hardcore type shit, to rap was like super natural, bro. Like it was I felt like I was making the same music, you know. And I guess that's what gave me confidence in playing that type of music was like we always killed heavy shit. Like anything heavy, like you like heavy, bro. Like that was like all we did. It was heavy. There was like that. I didn't listen to anything else, you know. Just heavy music, nothing else for like a decade, you know. And like so it just translated right into rap, dude. It was fucking, I was like, damn, like we can do this shit. Like we've been prepped to do this, you know. So like yeah, the translation was pretty smooth for sure.
Yeah, I always think like, I don't know, like back when we used to do music, sometimes I think we do things in our past to help us with our present. You know what I mean? Like us doing music back in the day led us to learn how to mix like these podcasts now. So like maybe you guys started off as metal so you could do what you're doing now, like create the art that you create now.
Yeah. We'd kind of brushed up on it like before we hit the record button, but like he mentioned that like I make the beats on the computer and like I do computers for a living. Like that's what I do for a living. Like I work with computers and shit like that. So it made sense for me to like hop on a computer, which I already love to sit on and like create something, you know? And like I do it for like the art and like a lot of the visuals. Like the only thing that's outsourced is like some of like the shots of me and him, like the videography or photography. It's the only thing we outsource just because like can't do it all.
Yeah.
You really like, and I don't really want to, like if we could outsource other things like merch to like local businesses, like we'd like to do that. Like we'd like to keep all that local. But so like I work on the computer all the time, and it just translated well for me to like be able to create through that. And like I was already recording like shitty metal demos with my mic. Like all it takes is a mic and an interface, and like you're a rapper. Like you can, or
My
you're
mom could be a rapper for
yeah,
real.
or you're like a beautiful singer. Like take your pick.
Yeah.
But like that's all it really takes. And I already had that, so it just took off into like this thing where we have like, we have an album that is ready to go whenever we decide. We have an album that's already has all like the beats planned out for like the next we have like 3 releases ahead of what we like are supposed to, because we've just created so much for 3 years. We've just like, we've been a thing for a little over a year, but we worked on it for 3 years,
No shit.
just like
before we even dropped it, we went heavy into this shit before we even dropped it. Like it was like at least 2 tapes, probably like 20 songs, 15 songs, and then we were like, all right, like let's drop this under something. I remember the day that we were like, what are we gonna fucking name this shit, And I don't even
You guys planning on getting on this on Spotify, the whole 9?
Oh yeah, so it's like Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, fucking SoundCloud, all that shit.
You guys are in a good spot because if he's producing, that's all your money. Like, that's all your money.
That's all in-house. All in-house.
I do all the digital distribution and everything anyways. Like, I was already doing that in the metal bands that I was in. Like you're already going to get your stuff on Spotify and Apple Music, and you're like creating like a marketing plan and like running YouTube ads and running like all these different ads to like make sure that you are getting seen. I was already doing all that for metal bands, so that translated over to being able to do this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like I do we threw the marketing together, and like that's been the cool thing about like we did a lot, and then like we're releasing it all slowly, just kind of like trickling it out, so we're never like behind. Like we're never behind. We're always ahead. And it's just made for like a good environment to be relaxed about it. Get a marketing plan together.
Oh, hell yeah.
Get a video done. Do what you need to do and take your time and like trickle things out. I don't know. It's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I want to talk about the visuals too, man, because all that shit like you throw in the video, like all that trippy shit it's fucking dope. First off, and second off, it's like it seems like it's something that you would get from somewhere else, like it doesn't seem like that you would make that, what I mean? Like when I see that in a video, I'm like, damn, how the fuck did they do that?
Yeah.
Like who did they pay to get that done? Like
that's why I figured Matt did his video. That's why I asked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just the videography is sourced out, but then like on some of the stuff we've been dropping recently, like, and then all just like the video and design in general, it's all been like something that I do. And I think it's kind of cool. I'm not great. I'm not like super great at it. I'm getting better. Like I'll get better. It's something I'm learning, but it's been cool because like I can make the beat, and then I can think of what that looks like, and then I can put it all down on paper and like make it look like that. And like that's with the last like release that we had, the Scarce video. Like it was meant to just like suck you into that world. If somebody were to come across that on YouTube and they saw it, they'd be like it's very
It's like watching the Ring video, bro.
And we're not even in it.
Yeah,
like we're not even in it any of the time. So like I think like that was the one time I've done something like that, like really committed. And what was funny is like I came home from work one day and just like did it. I don't know what made me do it. There wasn't anything that day that inspired me. It was just a normal work day, but I came home and I was just like, ooh, that sounds like a fun little project, and I just did it.
It's crazy. Like inspiration when it comes to music hits you at the weirdest fucking times. I'll be at work. I'm like, all right, I got to use the restroom. I'll be sitting on the toilet, fucking just writing bar after bar after
literally.
bar. Like
fucking Puerto Rico. I was in fucking Puerto Rico, man, drunk on pina coladas in the fucking jungle, bro. And this dude just sends me this shit, bro. I'm like,
the beat or the visuals?
The whole music video and shit, And I was like, what? And that's how he works, bro. He doesn't tell you he's doing anything. and he'll just send it to you when it's done.
That's cool though.
I'm like,
you get surprised
what?
on your own shit.
He's like, yeah, bro, we're dropping this like Friday or some shit. I was like, damn, bro, okay. We've been sitting on this song for like 2 fucking years, so I was like,
to do is show up and rap.
yeah. It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight.
So CJ, how did you get good at mixing and like mastering? Because that sounded legit.
I didn't. I don't know, man.
Just natural.
I just
feel like you're
jumped
still
into
winging it, kind of.
Yeah, because like I'll like watch producers' videos and I'll like watch a bunch of videos and do all this research about something that like maybe I don't think ends up sounding good, but like it's something that the industry wants you to do, like compression. They're always like, compress your audio, and I'm like, I don't know, man. It sounds pretty good to me. Like, why do you need to do that? So what I do is like I break all the rules and pretty much it feels super easy to me. And maybe I'm doing everything wrong, maybe I'm not, but like I just
if it sounds good in your ears, I mean that's the beauty behind
to
art,
your standard,
and I just sit there and like I'll be like, does this sound good? And I'll be like, yep, or I'll be like, nope.
Well, even like X, like he had shit that sounded like lo-fi, like just raw as fuck, and everyone loved that shit, you know.
Yeah, and like that's always been like my rule of thumb for like even making beats or like recording. Like if you're feeling something, like something will bring you to create. Like you shouldn't sit down and be like, all right, I'm gonna create today. Like you just do it when it comes to you, because then that's like the best.
Yeah, my best shit comes when I'm like depressed, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
But I hate being depressed. That's why like I really don't like music, because like I have to write when I'm like feeling down and shit.
Yeah.
And I don't like to feel down, so like
and
I try not
like
to.
when you're writing something that like is about that feeling, it almost feels like it makes you have to just live it over and over and over and over again until it's done, right?
Yeah.
Like so I try to stay away from like I'll do like depression sessions where I'll just like,
it's like therapy, even if you don't drop it, it's like therapy for yourself.
At my lowest point, I'll just like go do some vocals or like scream and like do a cover or just like some weird stuff,
That's another good thing about doing it here instead of like taking it to a studio too, is because like there's nothing like that first take. Like there was times where we would record like a reference track and then take it to the studio and we just couldn't get it down at the studio. It's always that first one that is like the truest, purest form of it.
Yeah, you remove the middleman out of it. So like, I mean, most of the lines that like I've written have been lines that like I'll write and then I'll do, and then I'll write the next line and I'll do that. Maybe not in some scenarios. There'd be like some where I had like a whole song written out, just ready to go. But in a lot of times I'll just be like, and then, you'll have to reevaluate that line. Like I go line by line. I will reevaluate every line. Does this line and this line sound like, does it sound good together word wise? Does it sound good together just like aesthetically? You just like from a bird's eye, just like super examine it, and like that's, I don't know, we did that with metal. I mean, all the metal shit that like everybody likes nowadays is stuff that like people intentionally write songs in a way that like make you feel empowered, or like they make you feel some sort of way, and like there's like a reward and a build up and stuff like that. You just gotta like look at music from like a, you want to be able to market to people, but you also want to like not lose your touch to it.
Yeah.
So you gotta like have that nice middle ground
balance. Yeah. And it's kind of hard to do because like you guys have a different sound than I would say anybody in St. Louis for sure.
Yeah. But not ever, because like Suicideboy.
Oh yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely like I respect the shit out of those dudes as musicians. I think they're great. They got me into like a whole like world of rap. So like. And if anybody would ever ask like, oh, do you just bite Suicideboys? I'd be like, yeah, kind of in a way, I guess. Just
I
like
get inspired by them
in my own way. We don't sound like.
It's
them,
not like you're
but
intentionally trying to you're not listening to like what effects they're using and stuff.
Well, and there's a shit ton of rappers that inspire me, and like if you don't have anything to be inspired by, then like it makes it really hard to like grab onto something. Like everything comes from inspiration.
And that's what it actually does come from. It comes from like taking a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from there. There's actually a book about that called Steal Like an Artist, and it's about that, like taking a little bit of your inspiration from different people to make your own sound.
And then like even like putting your own just like personal like
touch into it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about. That's that's how art progresses, you know.
Yeah.
So
Do you guys like getting compared to like the Suicide Boys, or do you like hate that shit?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. I mean, like you're like, if somebody would be like, well, this sounds like that, I'd be like, yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Same could be said about like the Bones.
Yeah.
Like Bones is a huge inspiration to me, and like so like a lot of the way that I come off and like some of the like the verses that I have, very Bonesy.
Yeah.
But also it's Suicide Boys because we're like a salt and pepper combo. You know,
Yeah.
how many 2-man like Memphis rap groups are out here running around right now?
Right.
Not a lot, you know. So
I used to hate it though. Like people, like before a show, people would yell out like, "Yo, MGK." I'd be like, "Fuck you," you know.
Yeah, but that's just because you're a white rapper.
Because
with tattoos.
it was just off the look though, and I hated that shit, man. I hate it. I've been called every white rapper from Vanilla Ice to Eminem to.
my thing is like, if somebody was like, "Yo, you're the Suicide Boys," I'd be like, tight, dude. If I'm selling
You
it
want
that
an
hard,
autograph?
yeah. If I'm selling it that hard, then cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
honestly, like because I respect the shit out of those guys, and the person yelling that probably does too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Poya. I know he's not like a part. He's affiliated, right?
yeah,
but he's not
yeah,
part.
yeah.
But that dude
No,
is
he's
fucking
incredible.
good.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
he's talented on.
He kind of sounds
another
like
level.
Puya. I mean, everybody eventually says it if they know who Puya is.
Well, like
And-
I heard him on a track, this band called what's it called? Volumes.
Yeah, Volume.
Volumes.
Yeah,
And he rapped on that. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like he
He's good,
slid
dude.
the whole way through.
He's sick.
And the lead singer, like that was rapping, I thought he was shit. To be honest, compared to Poya, obviously.
Yeah,
Poya,
he loves Puya. He's super good. He's super talented. Like
you should
all
come
his-
out to 1,000 rounds.
You
Like
know?
that's this. I love that song.
They should just add us to that.
Yeah.
Would you come out to your own music?
Man,
You should.
Yeah,
That's
finally.
good promotion for.
I guess it would be good promotion, like you know. But it's like, I don't know. I guess in a way it's kind of like wearing your own band's t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I mean, Tyron Woodley did that
Yeah,
shit. It was
he came out. OT Genesis came out with them
Yeah.
rapping that new song.
right.
too,
Yeah.
So.
So I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess maybe I would. Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah.
Cause like there's some shit that we've written that makes me want to fucking
Yeah.
go crazy. You know?
Do you channel that energy when you're like in the booth too, like the fight energy?
Totally, yeah, dude. Yeah, usually channeled with some marijuana.
Yeah, that's a good balance to balance
Yeah,
it
that
out.
shit
yeah.
cools me right off. I swear. But yeah, dude, this dude will get me too high to rap sometimes though, and I'll be like, man, you did it again.
You motherfucker.
You fucking did it again, dude. I'll be back tomorrow. No, for real, that's really happened. But yeah.
On another note, like, what made you guys get so tatted up?
Oh shit.
Like, where did it start? Like, where was your first tattoo?
Why, dude? I'll tell the real story. I used to get tattooed by a dude that got out of prison and sold meth.
He was up for
is
4 or
crazy,
5
yo.
days when he tattooed
Crazy,
you.
yo. I was like 15. Nobody would tattoo me, you know, because I was 15. And I like wanted this dude tattooed me, you know. So I was like, cool. You know, I never saw him smoke meth, so at least he had enough respect to not smoke in front of a 15-year-old kid. You know? But yeah, dude, I was like the only kid in my high school with a full sleeve. It was
No
tight.
shit.
Oh, you had a full sleeve?
Damn,
Like
that
15?
early?
What sleeve was it?
It was this shit one. It was like all this shit right here, but it was like the whole arm. So like I've had this.
Did you get it
arm
covered
before.
up?
Yeah, so now,
Yeah.
so it's so light that you could cover it up easy.
Yep. I had my buddy Panda started covering this shit up. Shout out Panda.
Who does your tattoos now? He does all of them?
I kind of bounce around a little bit. Like this dude Jeff, he tattoos the self-inflicted.
Okay.
Yeah, our
okay.
cousin works there.
Yeah,
Ian.
Ian.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. Yeah, he's tight. Yeah, Jeff's good, man. He did my torso. Motherfuckers put me through like more pain than
Oh
fucking
yeah, dude.
anybody.
Torso fucking.
It's so
I got my stomach done, and that shit too. Like,
Dude, it's
even,
the
like,
worst.
up here.
it's the worst.
To be honest, man, when you get older, it's like, dude, I'm nervous
I
as
said
fuck
the
to get
same
my
fucking
tattoos.
thing, bro. Thank you. I've been saying that, bro. I've been saying, first off, when you get older, that shit hurts
Yeah.
more, dude. When I was a
Yeah.
kid, I'd get my eyeballs tattooed. I didn't give a fuck,
Yeah.
you know. Like,
Yep.
like, what, this shit didn't hurt
Yeah.
as bad as I thought it was.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know? But like, yeah, now, dude.
Yeah, I got my ribs when I was like 18 probably,
Oh.
and I sat through it the whole thing, no problem. Like even the tattoo artist was like, "Damn, I'm surprised."
Dude,
And it was like 6-hour tattoo.
Yeah, not me, bro.
Yeah, now I'm like, dude, I'm literally like, fuck, I want to get my
Dude,
chest done, but I'm like,
bro,
I
like,
need to find some numbing cream or
I'd be
something.
fucking,
bro.
That's how I feel
I'd be
too.
dying, dude.
That's how I feel.
Oh, dude, tattoos hurt so bad nowadays,
Yeah.
man. I fucking hate them, dude. But like I said, I feel like I started this shit. I'm like, I
gotta
finish
finish
it
it.
now, yeah.
I just want to do
That's
my
where
whole
I'm at.
body, and then I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know, like literally.
Were your parents cool with like hand tats and face tats and
Dude,
shit?
as long as I wasn't like getting the cops called on us, you know, they were cool. That
Your parents are
Not-
pissed?
Not so much. Yeah, I wasn't so fortunate. Like my dad was just real pissed about it. Like, and especially when I started geting like my face done.
Mm.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck
Yeah,
are you doing, man?
yeah,
And
my
I was
dad
just like,
said-
I don't know.
Yeah, my dad said if I get my neck tattooed, he's gonna disown me. So I'm like, all right, nice knowing you.
So I
Shit.
mean, he got tattooed at 15. I didn't. I got tattooed at like 17. I got like the whole top of my arm, and then I started on the sleeve, and then by the next thing you know, I had both sleeves, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna do my legs, and then my torso, and then my neck, and then like, well, I guess I'm just gonna do my face, you know, like my fingers, all that stuff. Like I don't know, I just wanted it. Like I just thought it looked tight, so I was like, yeah, I want to do that. You know?
Yeah, I have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It costs so much fucking money too.
Yeah,
that's
that's
one
another thing,
thing. Like
too.
I
It
can't
does.
like, fuck. Like I got bills to pay. You know?
Yeah, that's the other thing with it, you know. But also the older you get, man, it just
Yeah,
gets worse.
no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
I got like my whole head tattooed, like the top of it, when I was 18, and I don't remember it at all.
Yeah.
Like I have
It's
no
funny how that
recollection
is.
of that kind of pain that I
Yeah.
must have went through. But
Yeah,
now,
I can't imagine that
if I got my
vibrating your whole
well, and
fucking
I'm gonna because like
skull.
I want
Yeah.
to tattoo the rest of my head.
face and head,
the worst.
least painful tattoo.
Oh,
No,
least.
yeah,
Least.
usually
Least.
least, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I got so
Really?
many.
Like even up here, you would think it would just like vibrate off your skull.
Bro,
It sucks, but it's not like
It's not even that bad.
it's
Really?
when
I
you
think-
get your torso. That's the
Oh,
worst thing in
dude.
the world. man.
Torso is.
Because it feels like they're like drilling into your heart.
Yeah,
You know, it's like,
yeah,
are you
literally.
fucking. Dude, he was like, get me down here, and I was feeling it in my heart. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Ribs are so bad.
Yeah.
Stomach and ribs were the worst thing I'd ever felt in my fucking life, bro. Like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I thought there was like, man, I've had over 100 hours, you know, like for sure. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, dude. I thought I had like felt it all, you know.
Mm.
And then like I got my stomach and my ribs, and I was like, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
this shit, bro. I wish I would have done this earlier, you know, back when I was like on some.
Yeah, but then when
You
you're
know-
younger, you get all the like the fucking
Stupid
whack
shit.
tattoos that I'm glad I never got.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like balance, you know.
He was getting his torso done, and like he did numbing cream. I was numbing creaming my torso the whole time, right? He went to go do numbing cream one day, and like it worked, I guess, the last couple times. But then this one time, it didn't work at
work.
all.
It
It didn't work
hasn't-
at
it
all,
never works.
and it hasn't worked ever since.
It actually works.
Dude, somebody said that. Somebody said
It works,
somebody
bro.
said that it does do that. Does it work for you?
Yeah.
It
Bro.
doesn't. You
Really?
don't feel it
Yeah.
as
There's
much.
been one session where I started getting my like whole torso done, and I got an hour through and the numbing cream did not work, and I
Oh,
was like, "Yo,
shit.
hey, we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna
Mm.
pay you the same. Like,
Yeah.
we're like, I'll come back." you
Bro,
know?
there's times where that fucking numbing cream, bro, it makes it worse, bro.
Yeah.
I think it like makes your like shit more sensitive.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, like
Yeah.
there's
I'd be so pissed at myself if something that I did made it worse for me.
like
You know?
it was like the only tattoo sessions, and I've had like fucking almost 16 hours done on my whole entire neck.
Mm.
Like I've had a lot of fucking pretty painful sessions, but like that shit was just like, dude, like an hour of that was like 4 hours of neck tattoo.
Damn.
Swear to God, bro. Like it was, I don't know. I guess it's different for everybody, but for me, bro, my fucking stomach and my ribs was like, it was like a whole new fucking pain experience, bro. And like, I mean, I have always had a pretty high pain tolerance, you know, like fucking training and shit. Like my coach used to like kick my legs off, literally. Like, I'd be like fucking lumps on my legs, dude. And I'd still have to go and spar and fucking train, and like it didn't matter, you know. And like that shit.
Used to be like, why
I mean, the
Damn.
whole leg. I could show you. I could show you some pictures and videos. Shit, like people like literally be like, you need to go to the fucking hospital. My coach kicked really hard. He like trained in Thailand for like a while, and he was training all over the world. Lived with like Petrosian, who's like a fucking killer. And now he's with Asa Tenpao, who's up in Florida, Florida Kickboxing Academy, and that dude's like one of the best literally in the world, you know. Damn. And like so that dude Joe Mueller fucking kick hard as fuck, bro. He used to like destroy my fucking legs, bro. But then I got my stomach tattooed, and I was like, oh, this is real pain. So like I said, I got
you
ADD.
hit your coach back up. You're like, I'm ready for round 2.
Yeah, I was like, I want to be kicked right now. Fuck, you know. It was. Dude, I don't know. I would always be like in my head, like, this ain't normal. Like, something's going on here. Like, this ain't supposed to feel like this, bro. I would always be like, no, like, y'all don't know what this feels like. I don't even care if you got your ribs, man. Like, this shit, for me, it was different. You know, like, I swear, bro, it was so fucking painful, bro. God damn, dude, that shit. Oh, dude.
Well, one thing about the music thing that we have to talk about before we end on is the mask. Let's talk about it so people don't think you're terrified of COVID out here.
Yeah, I mean, I had COVID and I didn't die.
Yeah.
Me too.
So, like I explained earlier, like I had done metal projects and stuff like that. And so I wanted to like separate like what me from like rap. Because like I've said I'm not a rapper. Like I don't want to be a rapper. I make some music, and that's cool. But like I'm not a rapper. But I wanted to separate it from like me as a person, which is like the guy who just like screams in a mic all the time. And like, I mean the face mask thing. Like I hate that it even got associated with COVID. Yeah. Because like
I was gonna say, were you pissed when COVID came and everybody was wearing it?
Our first song came out on January like 20 something. Of 2020, so it was right before like COVID or anything like that had hit, and I was wearing a mask because like this is what I decided, like it'll be like my alter ego. I'm like Batman, dude. Yeah, you know. And then all of a sudden COVID hit, and I was just like, everybody's walking around. I had a bunch of face masks, which was cool because like I ordered them off of like a website and had like, you know,
and then there was that shortage.
I had 20 of them. I had 20 of them right out the gate, and I was like, oh well, shit. Like I've got face masks because I decided to like make an alter.
You were flipping them for like $100
yeah,
each.
Dude,
I'm fully prepared for this shit.
I thought about it. I was like, dude, should I sell these?
That's hilarious.
And then yeah, so like it opened some cool opportunities like to be creative, because like there's a song in the last like album that we dropped that I say you died mask on looking just like me. You know, so it's like opened clever little holes in like I guess just like what's been going on, which has been crazy. But yeah, I'm not scared of COVID. I'm vaccinated and all that good stuff, but the mask is just to you know, not be me for a little bit.
Yeah. You need to brand it, like, write on it, like, I did it before it was cool. Yeah.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
Yeah, speaking of COVID, they fucking canceled your show, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, September 17th, I believe, we were supposed to play it off-Broadway, and, 18th. Yeah, I'm getting my days mixed up. So, we were supposed to play with a buddy of ours, Retro Champ. It was supposed to be a really good show, and then it got canceled because the venue's having issues with needing people to provide like vaccination records and stuff like that. Shit. Which I think in some states they've just recently made illegal to do.
It should be. I mean,
it's all crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
I don't know. Like, I get it.
Like, if you don't,
like you're forcing people to get vaccinated. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. The thing that fucks me up is like the thing that fucks me up is like they say like if you have the vax, right, you can still get it and spread it. It just doesn't fuck you up. So if somebody doesn't have the vax and it's their choice, why the fuck would it matter? If everybody can spread it, who gives a fuck who gets a vax and doesn't?
Well, he got vax and he just got over it like
3 weeks ago.
Yeah. See, I got COVID, and then like I didn't feel shit, bro. Like I was good. Like I could have done anything. trained,
Yeah.
whatever. But I like quarantined in my house, you know, by law. But like, yeah, I didn't feel shit, bro.
Yeah, that's how it was for my girl too. She didn't have any symptoms.
I just couldn't taste shit.
Yeah, and I quarantined with her and never got it. So it's like weird how it hits different people.
Yeah, not me. I was out. Like it had me. I was hard. It was hard to breathe, and I was vaccinated too. And I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital.
It hit me like a semi truck.
Yeah. And my girl, she's not vaccinated, and she didn't get it.
Which one did you get?
Pfizer.
I got Pfizer. Okay, so here's the craziest coincidence. So they say you're supposed to feel sick like two, maybe 3 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards. No, dude. I went and got tested and tested like inconclusive for COVID, which means I definitely had COVID. After I got my second shot.
No shit.
Yeah, and I thought it was just a coincidence. It was like I went the whole entire pandemic without contracting this, and then like right at the end, as soon as I got vaccinated.
It's kind of how it is for me.
But the thing about Pfizer is it doesn't have like even a dead version of the actual virus in it. Like the only one that has that is the Johnson and Johnson.
Oh shit.
So yeah, I don't know. I was just like, it was a crazy coincidence, man.
Yeah, I was kind of scared of the Johnson and Johnson.
Dude, I was knocked out for like some shit.
Yeah. I was scared of the Pfizer. I'm not gonna lie. Like I didn't want to get it, but we were going out to LA, so I figured like I would get it so I wouldn't get sick to go out there. But I don't even know if I would have got it, man. To be honest.
No, dude, I had never had a symptom of it, and like to be honest, at some points during the pandemic, like I had seen people and stuff like that. Like I wasn't like locked down in my home, you know, and I never got it. But as soon as I got that vaccine, I was literally out for like a week. I was just like, I felt like I was gonna die.
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Terrible. And then you know how I knew that it was COVID, and the only reason I got tested is because like I went into the weed store, and I went to like the guy was like, you know, bullshitting with me about weed, and I was like, he's like, yeah, smell this, dude. Like this is some new shit. And like I went to go smell it, dude. I didn't smell anything, and I went, yo, let me smell that one. And he showed that one to me, and it didn't smell like anything. And I knew that one had to have smelled like something. God. So I was like, yo, dude, I can't smell anything. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, wait, I haven't been able to taste anything all day. I went to Sugar Fire that day, and I gotten green beans, and they weren't good. And I knew
they're never good anyway.
No, they should have been good. They should have been good, dude. The green bean casserole, man, from Sugar Fire.
No, Sugar Fire is fire.
Dude, I went back after I was done with COVID, and the green bean casserole slapped. So
he wrote a Yelp review and everything.
This is some shit.
He's like, my bad, guys. I just had COVID.
Between that and the inconclusive test from COVID, I was like, oh, I for sure had COVID. You know, I mean, that's crazy, dude.
Dude. So COVID fucked up your show. Did it fuck up your training at all?
Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah, I still had like dedicated members that like didn't care. Fruit fly. Yeah, I still had like members that were like pretty diehard. You know, I feel like I fuck with some pretty incredible people.
Fuck yeah.
Super supportive people. So like, yeah, they kind of saw through that shit, but we kept training through it. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't stop. You know, we were fucking grinding every day. And during quarantine and shit, you know, all the gyms were closed and shit. We
that was perfect for you.
Grinding in this little fucking garage, 115 degrees, like every fucking day, bro.
Damn, I'm squatting my damn 70-pound pit bull and doing push-ups and just trying everything I could to stay fit. It was hard, dude.
I fuck with the bullies, man.
Me too.
Bunch of dogs, man.
Yeah, we got 2 pit bulls at the house.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I live out in, technically I live in the country now. I was telling you guys. And like we got like fucking 5 dogs now, dude. It's like all pits, yeah.
And they just run around and shit.
Oh, they love it out there, bro.
See, I wish I had a yard for my boys, man.
It's yeah, man. It's like the best life for a dog.
Yeah,
just being able to like let them just do their thing, like be a dog, in like as far as like their ancestry. You know what I'm saying? Like being like related to wolves and shit. Like it's like. They get to like be themselves, but also have like humans that care about them and like feed them and like all that shit. I think it's like it's the life for a dog. The dog needs to have some type of like what brought them here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to have some type of connection with that. Like dogs that are just in a kennel, stuck in a house all day. like barely go outside, see nature. None, like that shit to me is just like, I don't know. It's like putting a triangle block in a circle block, you know?
Yeah, because I lived in an apartment in Kirkwood last year, and I had my pit there. And I would have to work, so he'd be locked up for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And like, dude, that killed me.
Yeah.
Literally
It's
fucking
the
killed
hardest thing ever, bro.
I know.
And you always got your bad dogs and your good dogs. Like we got like our dog Myrtle, and my chick likes to name our pits like old women names, like grandmas and shit, bro. I don't know why. And then I got Zug Zug. She's on my knuckles, right there. I gotta get that shit touched up. That was faded pretty quick. But yeah. So I got her like on my knuckles. Like we call her Zug Zug. She's like the best dog in the fucking world, bro. Like if that dog ran for president, I'd vote for her. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like perfect, dude. Like literally never made a mistake in her life, you know?
They all get along pretty well too?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're like a pack, you know?
Because it took a while for my two pits to get along. Like they used to fight.
Totally.
Like
totally.
my dog has some scars on him. Like
Yeah.
if you seen him, or well, if someone didn't know like about pit bulls,
Right.
they see my dog, they'd probably be like
Think
a little
he fought.
scared.
Yeah.
A little scared of it.
That's how
but
my boy flexes.
He's a sweetie though. He's a
That's how
lover.
my boy flexes, man. Like he's and like I guess he kind of keeps it all under control because he's the obvious like alpha. You know, he's like 11 now almost, you know, older, but he's like 100 pounds, big as fuck, you know.
Big boy, yeah.
Huge. Big ass head, and he's just gangster. Like he's just like the dog version of my dad, you know. like literally, bro, like just no joke, bro. Like that dog he's the dog I got literally tattooed on my stomach.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, like that's like literally a picture I sent my buddy and he tattooed it on me.
Damn, that's sick.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it looks like a badass dog. If that's
See, I got a 1-year-old French bulldog.
Oh, dude,
He's the dopest little
love
thing.
bullies, man.
He's a little shit. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's a little shit, dude.
Like
they
the worst.
just got this like certain type of personality.
Yeah, he's a clown
Like,
of a dog. He's
it's
so
crazy.
fucking entertaining just watching him because he's little like zoomies.
Oh,
he's just
dude.
darting all around
Bullies
the house.
are the best,
Yeah.
bro. Like
Oh, it'll try to fight my pit bulls.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
he's
he
pretty
don't give a
strong
fuck.
too.
No.
Yeah,
He
he's
don't
pretty
give a
strong.
fuck.
Yeah.
I've never had any other dog in my life, but
Really?
I had a Chihuahua actually at one point, but basically a pit bull, you know.
Same
But
shit.
like, yeah, pit bulls my whole life. I used to like foster them and shit.
No
But,
shit.
like at my parents' house, I'd like find all these dogs that needed homes, and I'd like take them. My parents at one point, bro, they probably just gave me the basement and just hope for the best, you know.
Mhm.
And like,
Do you have 5, 6 dogs, 7 dogs?
oh, I had like 12 dogs at one point. Ask him. I was like known by the city of St. Charles as like the pit bull dude.
No
You know?
shit.
Yeah, dude. I had like so many pits, bro.
That's crazy.
I'd like take dogs from everybody. Like, oh, like you need a home, I got them. You know, we got like a clubhouse over here. You know, like,
fucking Jesus over
it's like
here.
a dog sanctuary. I swear, bro. I swear, dude.
He's,
It all-
he's Jesus. He's Moses.
It all makes sense, dude. It all makes sense, bro. And going back to the first couple minutes, I've never tried for any of this shit, bro. It's just all just like happened. Like maybe I should just like open my eyes. I also said I was like out of the loop a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it could be that too. You know, and I feel like destiny shit, bro.
Out of the loop, dude. Straight out of the Bible, bro.
Dude, yeah, man. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm like the modern day Jesus, but I mean, I kind of look like him, though, right?
Oh shit, we're boosting his ego too much. He started accepting.
Shit, I got you tattooed on me, bro.
He's like, I guess I do kind of
Hey,
look like.
I can grow the beard longer. My girl likes like this, so I do. Like that.
It's like, now I think about it, I can't grow a beard.
I look like Jesus if he could ride a Harley.
There you go.
You boys ride Harleys?
Oh, dude, I wish, bro, because that would have made more sense.
That would,
but-
I was like, I got hyped. I was like, wait, you ride too?
Yeah, that would have made more sense. But no, dude, I could barely ride a bike. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, like I'm so like I don't know, like certain shit, man. Like I don't know, it just doesn't. I've never been good at Dance Revolution either.
I'm all about that too.
I've never,
like, you know,
I've never, yeah, me neither.
I also never tried.
I don't know how that defended me at all. I probably look stupider now, but bro, like I really wasn't good at it. You know what I'm saying? Terrible at it, you know. Yeah.
Fuck. On that note,
yeah. Dude.
That's what.
No, it's been a fun ass episode, dude. It's probably time we should wrap it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We've probably been going a long ass time.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Time just flies.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
But let's shout out your stuff. Where can everybody find you guys at?
Let's go. The Church of Jamey on Instagram, or just my name, Jamey Kroeson, and I don't here.
Yeah, shout your stuff.
Yeah, it's like coma_exe on Instagram, but then like moreover just Deadplay. Deadplay Noise is the @ on Instagram. You can find all of our stuff there. If you go on Spotify and just search Deadplay, it will come up.
Oh, yeah.
Apple Music, Amazon,
YouTube,
Google, YouTube.
Cool.
All the platforms, probably Napster, LimeWire.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, I'm definitely excited to hear new music from you guys. From what you showed us already, I mean, that shit was dope as fuck.
Shit.
It's
visuals,
super
everything.
It's weird because like we just like like I said, like it just came natural. We didn't even have to try for it, you know. It was like we already done it.
Yeah.
We just didn't do it, you know.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's how it felt for me, you know.
Yeah.
But,
do you guys got any shows? I know the one got canceled, but
we were actually
trying
talking,
to book something.
I think we're gonna look to like book it ourselves. I think we're just gonna book a
smart.
place.
That's the way to do it.
Maybe put a couple.
If you could
homies on
pack it
there.
in, yeah.
We're looking to play like some unorthodox shit. Like we want to play with like a hardcore band and shit, you know, like shit like that. Get a wild crowd. Like,
Dude,
that's what we're kind of.
you should reach out to my buddy Q. Is this punk rock band, dude? He smashes bottles over his head.
That's what we're looking for.
Chokes himself.
Yes, that's what we're looking for, man.
Shit.
We're looking for some crazy shit, man. We just want to have like a lot of shock value in the, you know, in the event for sure.
I'm also gonna bring back like house party shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, dude, Southside, like they used to throw basement fucking concerts.
A lot of basement shows, honestly, but
I don't want to go do the whole like rent a venue and I don't know. All that seems just so meh.
It's
Commercial. I'd rather be more DIY with it. If everything else we've just done ourselves, why not?
Well, you guys know somebody that lives on acreage?
Yeah.
No neighbors. You can be
No,
loud as
actually,
you want. Burn trees.
I know a dude.
You guys got bombs?
All right, cut it, bro. Let's get too into the cult shit now. Yeah, for sure. That's DIY pyrotechnic right there, bro.
So this might work out perfect, bro. Either you guys can get bombs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
all right, episode. What is it? What is it? We on 34?
34.
34 in the books.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah. This is dope time, guys.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah, like and subscribe, do all that shit.
Hell yeah.
Or don't. Whatever.
Right. Fuck them.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
You are here and now with Brennan and Joe. I'm Joe.
And I'm Brandon.